Hey, just want to say good morning, everybody. What's up? Top of the morning to you. Just now waking up, just now getting up. Welcome, welcome, welcome to top of the morning. Going to make some changes on my show soon, so be ready. I'm deciding that I'm going to take my show into a new avenue, a new category of, shall I say, radio broadcasting. I want to get something refreshing to myself, gain a new experience. More importantly, I think that's the most important thing. I want to gain a new experience with what I'm doing. So, y'all know me. I'm always trying new things. I'm always trying to keep myself changing as much as possible, not getting complacent, not getting too mundane, not getting too routine. I like to switch it up. So I'm going to switch it up with myself, and y'all see a new aspect of this show. It's going to evolve to the next phase. If you know my history, I've had multiple shows, different genres of information. The way I had an entertainment show before, a normal talk show, and then I went into Monday morning, and then now it's top of the morning because of how I chose to evolve. And it's been on me. I haven't had any guests. So in the next version of the show, I'm going to change that. I want to do an interview series. So y'all get more information about that because y'all know my drift. I don't like talking my stuff way too much in advance unless it's somebody I'm close to on the public level, should I say. Nonetheless, top of the morning, y'all. Today's topic is it's not about what you want. And the reason why I'm talking about this today, because I want people to understand this. When you want something, most of the time you start by vocalizing, this is what I want. Most people vocalize what they want, and I understand the principle behind it. Don't get me wrong. I understand why you would just say what you want, but what people do more than anything is they say they want more than they actually do. Hear me out. People say they want more than they actually want. So because they start with the lie, they end up acting out the lie, or they end up not doing it full out. They end up not completing the processes that's required to get what it is that they said that they want. Truth of the matter is, most people don't want what they say because most people who are getting what they want are doing it, and they're saying it less because they're afraid to say it in case they don't get it. See, it's like this reverse psychology on yourself, if I may, to say I want something and then start doing it first and then say I want it. You see a person actively going to the gym to lose weight. They don't tell you I want to lose weight next year. They don't say, hey, I want to lose weight. They say I'm losing weight. See, there's a difference between wanting something and putting something in the future, and a difference between desiring something and putting it in the present. So you say I'm losing weight right now, different from saying I want to lose weight. You say I'm building a business right now, different from saying I want to build a business. If you have to say things in the present tense, because the present tense, in order for that to be true, you have to do the activity, or you just lying. Now I know a lot of people lying out here about what they want. Most people want what other people want. Everyone's saying I want to be a millionaire. Why? It's just like, first of all, it's just the terminology. It's like one of those terms that's used these days. I'll say love, God. These are overused terms now because we say it so much. To me, it loses its essence. We say it so much, it loses its essence. So everybody wants to be a millionaire, right? Everybody. I'm damn near ain't met nobody who said, I don't want to be a millionaire. I'm not trying to be a millionaire. You're not. Let's keep it real. You're not trying to be a millionaire. You don't want to be a millionaire because look at your activity. I don't got to tell you. You know, look at your activity. Look at your daily actions. Look at what you're doing on a consistent basis. Look at what you're planning for. Look at your lifestyle. Look at your decisions. Look at your choices. Look at what you do with your free time. Look at what you do with your work time. You don't really want it. It's just cool to say it. Now, I don't want to put this on everybody. I live in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is a very interesting place where everybody feels you got to have goals, ambitions, and drive and all this stuff. But listen, I've been living in LA my whole life, and I'm going to tell you, there's a big separation from myself and most people. I've already seen it. I've separated myself from a lot of people because I see people desiring success, and I have air quotes for those who are not watching and just tuning in live. There's a lot of people who, quote unquote, grinding. Let me tell y'all something. The grind is not something that you do on a consistent basis. This is what I mean. The grind is what is the extra you do on a consistent basis. I'm going to say it again. The grind is not what you do regularly on a consistent basis. It's the irregular things you do. It's the extra time you put in. It's the extra money you spend. It's the leap of faith you take. Most people don't got faith in themselves enough to be successful and be a millionaire. Let's keep that real. Let's start there. Most people don't have enough faith in themselves to actually become a millionaire and wealthy. You got to start with yourself. See, I got friends. The people who are closest to me are the reality ones. There's some people that I know that ain't trying to become millionaires. I appreciate that. I remember Snoop Dogg said his closest friends, just like regular 9-to-5s, they got regular families, they're not entertainment. They don't desire that. It's more authentic. Don't tell me you want to be super successful and all just because you're hanging around me. Don't change you. You don't really want that. You don't really want that. So you got to understand what you want and being honest with yourself. You know, I said all the time, I'm not trying to save the whales. I'm not the role model for. I'm not trying to make this world a better place for children to grow up in. Like that's other people's goal. I get it. I'm not mad at it. I understand. I respect it. But that's not my goal. You see what I'm saying? That's not my goal. My goal is to gain extreme wealth. Let me take that back. I don't even want to use the term wealthy no more because people are going to start trying to break that down. I want to be rich monetarily. People can say, oh, well, you know, wealth ain't money. You know, okay, fine. Let me break it down. I want to be monetarily abundant. Is that better? I want to be extremely rich. I want the money. That's what I want. So I'm just being honest with myself about what my desires are. And then when I put that in front of myself, I say, Keith, what are your actions? And listen, even to this point, I have to start telling myself recently, like, man, hey, Keith, like, you doing good stuff, but none of this stuff is millionaire status. None of this stuff is billionaire status, because that's my true goal now, is to become a billionaire. So none of what you are doing right now is the activity that's going to lead to it. Now, you have a foundation to where you can become, but you still have much work to do, my friend. I got to become a 200,000 there first, a 300,000 there first. I got a lot of steps I have to take prior to getting there. So my actions have to change, and that's what I recognize. I say, hey, Keith, no more small fish. No more small fish. Only you can eat off a small fish. Big fishing. Big fishing. You got to put the bait out for the big fish. See, when you got the big fish, you can feed everybody. I'm going to say that again. When you go and try to catch the big fish, you can feed everybody. But people out there saying they want big fish with small fishing poles. For a big fish, you got to get big fishing poles. To get a big fishing pole, it's going to cost you more money. You got to pay the cost. You have to pay the cost. Most people think they're going to be wealthy without any investment. People think they're going to make $1 million off what? Oh, wait. How you going to do it? Tell me. Tell me how you're going to make $1 million. Mr. I want to be a millionaire. Miss I want to be a millionaire. Tell me how. I'll wait. The truth is, you don't really want it. It's not about what you say you want. It's about what you're willing to do for it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to achieve that success in which you claim and say that you want? What I love about the greatest successful people in the world is that you don't even know what's happening until it happens. For instance, Kevin Hart just opened up a food restaurant down the street from the studio. And I said, wow, I didn't even know he was doing this. When I found out, then it went viral. Like after it opened up and everything, now everybody's on it. But I was like, man, nobody even knew he was doing it. So you don't have to, he didn't have to say, I want to open up a restaurant. He probably told his close friends, yes. But he didn't say, I want to open up a restaurant. He just opened it. See, you have to do the action. You got to do the action. And here's the next thing. Stop being afraid to talk about money. Y'all so afraid to bring up money. Nobody want to have a financial conversation. That's why business doesn't go well for people. That's why it's hard for people to collaborate well, because they don't want to talk about money. It blows my mind. Nobody want to have a money conversation. How the hell we gonna be millionaires, billionaires? Nobody want to talk about money. Don't y'all understand? You have to discuss money. That's part of what we have to do. Everybody afraid to talk about deals, to talk about percentages, to talk about breakdowns. Y'all don't really want what y'all, man. Y'all not serious. Let me ask you a question. What traits of a millionaire do you have? Because if it's just ambition, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, like my mentor used to tell me, there's a such thing as a motivated idiot. There's a such thing as a hamster wheel. You can be motivated, but ain't going nowhere. You can be working, ain't going nowhere. We've all done that. See, I'm guilty of it too, but I have to catch myself and learn from it. I have to catch myself and learn from it. Fact of the matter is, most people don't want what they say they want. They just don't want to be ostracized. They got to fit in. If you're in a group full of successful people, saying I don't want to be successful it doesn't work here for you to fit in, right? So people want to fit in so bad, especially in Los Angeles. People want to fit in so bad that they're claiming they want to be successful. They're claiming that they want to be a millionaire because that's the culture out here. And I'm sick of it. I don't even want to talk to nobody else to tell me they want to be a millionaire. What you doing? I know some people who wants to be wealthy and rich monetarily. Like I said, I'm not talking about all this. You can be wealthy and this. I'm not talking about none of that. I ain't talking about health. I ain't talking about I'm not talking about none. I'm talking about straight cash, baby. Straight money. Nobody. But see, y'all, that make y'all uncomfortable. See, what broke people do, and I see the reason why I know this because I've been broke for a long time. And I had money and then went broke again. Most people were taught that if you get rich and wealthy, you become this bad person. So most people were so afraid to become this or to be looked at as this bad person. Let me tell you something. For every bad rich person, there's 100 more good rich people. But they don't look. Bad news travels fast. That's why we the good news. That's why we're not as big as we could be, because see, if it was the bad news radio, everybody would download the app. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just throwing it out there. But the fact of the matter is, bad news travels fast. So you're going to hear about all these crooks that got wealthy and rich, but you won't hear about the biggest philanthropists in the world. You won't hear about all the money that these people give away. You won't hear none of that because that doesn't travel. That doesn't do well in the media. So it blows my mind, to be honest with you. It completely blows my mind that people are saying they want stuff that they don't want just to fit in. Let me tell you, it's the worst thing you could do. It's the worst thing you could do. Is act like you want something that you don't want. Because now you're lying to yourself. You're telling yourself, hey, my mind, I'm sorry, what you're doing is your mind and your heart is working two different directions. See, you're never going to be successful at anything you don't want to be successful at. I'm going to let that sit in for a minute. You're never going to be successful at something you don't truly want to be successful at. It just, I don't understand why people can't accept their own desires. You don't have to want what I want. It ain't everybody can't be a millionaire, because then there's no millionaires. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't get that, huh? I'm gonna say it again. Everybody can't be a millionaire because then there's no such thing as a millionaire. There has to be a form of separate. There has to be a yin and yang. There has to be a rich and poor. You understand? And there has to be a middle. So you have to separate yourself from most people. See, I don't know. Maybe my mind or maybe my world, and I've noticed this, and we all are suffering from this. My world is my world. And then you go to other places and you meet other people and you realize that the world is not how you know it. Everywhere is not like Los Angeles. Dallas and Los Angeles, two different places. And I'm saying this because I'm spending so much time in both places simultaneously that I'm getting to understand and see the difference. And I've traveled all around the country. And it's different everywhere I go. In Pennsylvania, very different. The mindset is very different. See, in Los Angeles, the Mercedes-Benz and the Tesla is at an all-time high. When I was in Pennsylvania, the Subaru was that guy, was the leading car out there. See, different stuff for different places. The guy lives in Pennsylvania, says he wants a Mercedes-Benz, but he can't drive through the mountains and he can't drive through the snow. It don't got four-wheel drive on it. It don't got enough power. It's not made for that. So you understand what I'm saying? Your conditions is why you want what you want. Most people want to be rich because they don't want to be broke. So they say they want to be rich. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go polar opposite. And I know people who also say, I just want enough money to take care of my bills and this and that. Okay, well, you already achieved that. Are you taking care of your bills now? Congratulations. Some people just say, I want more money. So I give them $5. They're not happy. So you got to know what you want. You got to plan. You got to be realistic with what you want. I'm not saying be realistic with your goals because every goal is real. It doesn't matter what you think of. It's just a matter of what you want to do for it. See, the reason why your goals are unrealistic because you won't put in the work to do it. So I love people say realistic goals. They say you got to have realistic goals. Well, it's only realistic when you know you're not going to put in the work. See, you can't say you want to be a millionaire and not put in the work. See, that's unrealistic. And you have to be real with yourself at this point. But for me, a billionaire is a realistic goal because I know I'm willing to do whatever it takes. See, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Most people won't sacrifice anything. I'm at the point where I would sacrifice everything except my family, but everything else can go. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm not willing to trade for money. Everything else I'll trade. That's where I'm at. See, if I've already dedicated myself to this. You know, 50 Cent made a historical album. I love it. It's called Get Rich or Die Trying. So I understood the concept, and now y'all see where he's at. That was his first studio album, right? Get Rich or Die Trying. So can you say that his goals, and at the time he was dropping his album, he wasn't necessarily rich. You know, he had some drug money, just like Jay-Z did, but they wasn't millionaires, billionaires as like they are now. They had a few $100,000. But that's not rich, my folks. Or Meek Mill said in the song, that couple of $100,000 holding you over, that ain't real money. So you got to understand what it is you want, how you want to live, and your desires. Stop wanting what other people want. Don't want what Keep Good News want. Don't come and say, hey, man, Keep Good News said he want to be a billionaire. Now I want to be a billionaire. For what? That's not what you want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm just sharing my journey with you so that way you can apply it to your own life, not mine. Have your own desires. Have your own reasons. Have your own values. Your own set of circumstances that you follow. You can't be like me. I'm the only one of me. You're the only one of you. So what do you want? And then, is it realistic or not? Because you're going to do the work. See, I remember when I said I wanted to run a marathon. Y'all saw me put in the work to run the marathon for a year. So my desires were proven. And I did that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, at first it seemed like an unrealistic goal for most people that say they want to run a marathon. They're going to say that's not realistic. And it's only not realistic because they're not willing to run every day for a year. And shout out to my brother Deshaun out there in the chat, man. I appreciate you for tuning in. Compton Mania is tonight, Monday night, Compton Mania, 9 p.m. Don't you miss it. But that man's putting in the work. I don't have to ask him what he wants. Now, I don't know what he wants in detail, but I can see what he's doing. I can see what he's doing. I can see the vision that he's providing. I can see how far it can go. I can see how big it's going to get. Because of the work that's been put in. Matter of fact, this man ain't even told me what he really wants to do. Like, he ain't even told me his goal. Because when it's apparent, we ain't got to talk about it. That's why I said in my last show, man, short meetings are the best, because when you have a short meeting, that means both people come together and they already know what they want. Both people come together, they already know their goal. Hey, what my goal is this. What's your goal? Okay, cool. How can we make this goal ours now? How can what I do help you achieve your goal and what you do help me achieve mine? Mutual benefit. When I met with Compton Mania for the first time, it wasn't even about doing the show. It was about just, hey, how can we work together? And same, like I said, same exact conversation. This is what you're doing, this is what I'm doing. How can we put this together and work simultaneously? So you gotta understand, what you want has to be what you want, not what someone else wants. If I sit down with somebody and they say, man, I just want to help you achieve your goal, I don't want to work with that person. Because the best relationship is when both parties get something out of it. So I got to know what your goal is. I got to work towards your goal. I got a partner out in Dallas, and y'all know Don. That's my guy out there in Dallas. And I said, Don, as we were talking, I got to know him. He told me what he wanted. See, me and Don want different things, but we're working at the same capacity to get it. What Don wants, or what I want, y'all know, I want to be extremely rich. That's my goal. That's why I'm doing everything I'm doing, right? Now, like I said, I'm not trying to say the wells or none of that stuff. It's not a philanthropic attempt for me. I'm trying to get the big fish so everybody can eat. That's my goal, right? Don's goal is to buy himself an RV for him and his wife, because he wants to drive around the country checking on the radio station. That's his biggest goal. So I said, Don, I said, my goal now is to make sure you get that RV. And I can do that with my goal to be extremely wealthy. Because one thing I'm going to do is make sure Don get the best RV on the market. You feel me? Don RV going to be next level. It ain't going to be no regular RV. Don's RV is going to be worth, he going to have $1 million RV messing with me. But you see, my goal is now, his goal is part of my goal. Now I understand what we're working for. So what is your goal? What is your goal, and what are you going to do? See, Don wake up every morning, he putting to work. You can see the difference between yourself and everybody else, right? You can see your difference between somebody who is worth following and somebody who's not worth following. I don't want y'all to get this misconstrued either. See, the more I grow, the more I want to become a student. You know what that looks like? So when somebody's trying to teach me something, I'm to the point where I know so much, I'm excited about somebody trying to show me something. You about to show me something I don't know? I'm all ears, because I know a lot. So if there's something I know I don't know, this must be really special. It's going to make me even more dangerous. So because my confidence is growing in who I am and what I do and what I know, and my intelligence and my lane, I'm now even open to being more of a student. I'm to being more of a follower. I am the greatest follower of all time, which makes me a better leader. See, every leader has to show how they follow to be a great leader. And the leaders who do not follow lose followers. You understand what I'm saying? One of my favorite people to reference on this show is Jim Rohn. To me, he's the godfather, for me, of personal development. Jim Rohn often mentions his mentor, Mr. Shoaff, how Mr. Shoaff showed him everything. And because he references Mr. Shoaff, his mentor, so much, he's just showing how he followed Mr. Shoaff to become who he is now. To this day, I'm reading books because I'm following these people. When somebody's showing you something, the process is much faster and easier. it gets to a point where your ego starts to move to the side and you stop lying about what it is you truly want. You stop lying about what it is you after. You stop trying to impress people. You know, I got a good friend, right? One of my best friends, and he's had this same goal that he has to make. I mean, he's mid-30s. My guy's making well over six figures. He loves his job. I mean, he's living the life. He ain't got no kids. He's unmarried, and he's enjoying his life. And he's made the goal for this. He ain't never told me like, yeah, I'm trying to be super. I'm trying to make millions and millions of. He ain't never been that guy. He's like, shoot, man, I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to be straight. I want my security. I want my health insurance. So that's what he wants. That's what he got. He's very successful. I'm very proud of that man. On to more. He said, yeah, I want to make my money like this. I'll make some investments. And he always tell me, he's like, shit, I got you. I ain't got to go after the millions. I got you. And he's right. He does have me. Because the big fish feeds everybody. Everybody don't have to go out for the big fish. You understand? Everybody I was watching this video, and I'll end with this today. I was watching this video of these men fishing. And it was this big fish that one guy was catching. They were all fishing. As soon as the guy hooked the fish, they all put their fishing poles down and helped him reel that fish in. That fish fed everybody that was on the boat. So you understand how this works. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. I enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to everything that's going to happen for myself, for you all. And I will leave with this. Make sure what you want is what you want and not what nobody else wants. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.